Welcome to Box Office Buddies. On this channel, I watch a movie with a friend every week. This week's buddy, Jess. And we're looking at Life. So this movie, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson, Ryan Reynolds, is about a crew in an international space station that discovers life on Mars. And everyone is really excited about it, people on Earth, people on the crew, until what they discover becomes much more dangerous than they expected. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so that being said, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought, what did I think? I don't know where to start. I thought it was okay. I think it wasn't great.
Okay.
It was not bad.
This is something we've seen before, kind of.
Yes, exactly. So going in, I thought that I was expecting it to be kind of like an Alien knockoff. And it kind of was an Alien knockoff, in my opinion.
Right.
So in that regard, I kind of knew what to expect. And so the tension for me was not super present just because I was expecting it. But then again, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I thought it was worth watching if you like that genre.
Yeah.
If you're into sci-fi, alien movies,
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think... If you're someone who's not into sci-fi, this is not the movie that's going to convert you. It's very run-of-the-mill.
Yeah.
Nothing very new. A lot of people were saying that this was, like, it was kind of marketed as a horror movie a bit, too. And there were no scary moments. Towards the end, I was thinking, okay, so nothing's really got me originally, story-wise. So hopefully I'm going to get some good scares out of this at some point, but that didn't happen either.
Yeah, exactly.
It was, without wanting to make it sound too bad, a good word to describe this movie would be bland.
Yes.
It lacked a lot of flavor.
Yes, absolutely. That's kind of how I felt as well. It was like kind of predictable, bland, but kind of did all the right things. Like, it was neat kind of package. It was good acting. I liked the characters. Good special effects.
Yeah.
It was a well-rounded film. You cared about the characters, I found, to a certain degree. So I was invested. So yeah, I guess that's it. Well-crafted film, story-wise and suspense-wise, kind of bland and lacking. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned the acting. I thought the actors were much better than what this movie should have been.
Yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal is... I mean, I would say this is his worst movie in a long time. And that's not so much a strong statement about this movie. It's more a strong statement of his track record recently. He's become one of my favorite actors as of late, and this does not measure up to what he's been coming out with lately.
What he's capable of, what you've seen him kind of emerge as lately as an actor. This movie is just kind of like generic astronaut A, generic astronaut B, and then Ryan Reynolds, who's generic astronaut C with a sense of humor. And
exactly. Which I would have liked to have seen more of, because that's his wheelhouse. I think that's what he does best.
Yeah.
And I love his, sarcastic humor and macho, just the essence that he puts out.
Which is exactly what he was.
Yeah.
Albeit a little bit in the film, like you said, it could have been more, but he still was himself.
Right.
Yeah. Which, if you like Ryan Reynolds, you'll love that.
As an overall package, there was nothing bad about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, if I want to get nitpicky, I thought, like, at one point they use a first-person shot for the alien. I thought that was...
a little bit cheesy.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
didn't add anything to the movie,
yeah.
and exactly, it felt like I was watching a 90s sci-fi movie again, You did mention predictable. We want to avoid all kinds of spoilers,
Yes, I'm trying really hard. I've almost spoiled a couple things so far, and it's like, oh.
but yeah, the ending was as
so predictable.
you see that one coming 850,000 miles away or
well,
whatever,
it's
whatever
happening.
distance they are
it's
from
happening,
Earth.
and I'm like, I just like look at you, and we don't want to discuss the movie while we're watching it, but it's like, I looked at you because I was kind of trying to mentally tell you, like, I know it's happening right now, and I was
Yeah.
correct. So
Yeah. So
kind of disappointing, but
the biggest spoiler that I'm going to be giving you is that the movie in itself is a spoiler for the ending.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's things like that. Generic, predictable, yeah, not original in any kind of way that I can really think
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
But well made overall.
Exactly.
Good actors that, like I said, I think elevate it to a higher level than it normally would have been.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about
it.
my overall feeling of it. You
Yeah.
know, not much suspense. No, I got no scares out of it. I don't think most people will, especially those who enjoy horror. You're not going to get any kind of excitement out of this one.
I have to say, I liked the score. It wasn't like, I don't know, necessarily amazing or epic, but I enjoyed it. I loved the opening shot. The score kind of had this eerie, almost 2001 Space Odyssey, like, music in the background, and I was like, that's kind of cool. It's very sci-fi, and I think I remember making a mental note thinking, like, that is probably going to be my favorite shot of the movie.
Okay.
And no, I'm exaggerating a little bit. But yeah, I guess we kind of both feel the same way about it.
Yeah.
I would say don't spend your money necessarily, but if it's on Netflix, sure, go ahead and watch it.
Enough redeemable qualities to make it worth seeing if you're into that genre.
Yeah.
If you don't like sci-fi, don't bother with it. If there's nothing that interests you to begin with, the movie itself isn't going to add to that. Marvel to Matrix.
Oh no.
So, for those of you who don't know, I cannot stand Marvel. I think that it is the epitome of everything that is wrong with movies these days. And I think The Matrix is the greatest movie of all time. So we're going to scale this on a Marvel to Matrix. What would you give it?
Putting me on the spot here. I have no idea. Jeez, I have to go first, don't I?
I can go first. I give this a Prometheus.
Oh, wow.
For those of you who haven't seen Prometheus, it reminded me a lot of that. Like, one of those sci-fi movies that reminds you a lot of Alien, but isn't technically Alien. And pretty forgettable.
I liked Prometheus more than this movie, so I don't think I could give it that. I watched this really horrible sci-fi horror on Netflix called Harbinger Down.
Okay.
And it's like the same story, except instead of in space, you're in the ocean. And I give it a Harbinger Down because the quality of Harbinger Down is terrible, but I laughed a lot because it's so terrible. This movie, the quality is amazing with better actors, but I was kind of bored and didn't laugh a lot. So
balances out to equal entertainment
and so
value.
I give it Harbinger Down, which no one's gonna know what that is, so it's fine.
You heard it here first.
Exactly.
There you go. So yeah, thanks a lot for doing this.
No problem.
Do all those things that you do with YouTube videos, like, subscribe, comment. Yeah, let me know if you agree or not with the fact that this was too generic as a sci-fi movie. Maybe you saw something that I didn't. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.